we have many DeFi opportunities out there where you can earn yield easily in upwards of 15% up to nearly 40%. But in terms of this ETH Shanghai upgrade, so basically it's a mechanism where it would allow people that have had this staked ETH for the last couple of years to unstake it, which has caused many people, predictably, to think that we're going to see a big negative or some downwards price action on ETH, a big sell-off. So far, this just took place, it was like an hour ago, a couple hours ago. We have this habit of like some big piece of news happening right before we go on the air, it seems
yeah,
like.
we picked a good weekly day to stream. We get a lot of things on Wednesdays, it seems like. But yeah, it was just about 2 hours ago.
It was about 2 hours ago, and so far, now again, it just happened, but it has been kind of a sell the news event. I mean, ETH hasn't seen any downwards pressure, but just to kind of illustrate this for everybody, and then I want to get into some of the details you were telling me, Ewok. But basically, so staking withdrawals are going to be unlocked. Institutions will be able to stake and earn a yield. Hold on a second. I'm reading about after the upgrade. So investors may be scared off from the idea that the Shanghai upgrade could cause a large sell-off of ETH, some of which has been staked since 2020. So yeah, right, a little over 2 years.
Yep.
However, data suggests this analysis is overstated, which it's kind of the theme here. So some interesting stuff here. So Crypto Quant has noted that 60% of the staked ETH supply, this is from CoinDesk, or approximately 10.3 million ETH, is currently at a loss. So not an overwhelming majority, but the majority of the staked ETH is still at a loss. So that could be clue number one to me to say, I don't know if these people will sell it. I mean, they've already had it locked up for a pretty worthless APY, for a couple of years. Would you want to sell it at a loss? But also, meanwhile, Lido DAO, the largest Ethereum staking provider, holds 30% of all staked ETH at an average loss of $1,000. Typically, selling pressure arises when participants have large profits, which is not the case for staked ETH currently. Now that's the majority, I would say, of staked ETH.
And here's another one too. Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance control another 22%. So here it says Lido has 23%, Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance has 22%. So right there is 45% of all of it controlled by those four entities, pretty much.
Yep.
Don't see them selling. And when it did unlock, there was what was it, 5,413 ETH, which is about $10 million worth, that had been withdrawn. But again, no sell pressure, so it's a good thing. You're right. People are at a loss. I don't really think they have any interest in selling at this point.
Yeah, why would you? And I mean, also Ethereum has been so hot recently and held up so well at the end of this bear market. So they already, even if they're newer to crypto, it's still, a positive sign to see that it hasn't really. I mean, you're just looking at like a BTC drop, and you've probably been earning 4 to 5% on your ETH during that time. Not that, I mean, we would never do that, of course. It's not kind of a pennies in front of a freight train type of deal there. But more from this CoinDesk article, though. So furthermore, as reported by Santiment, nearly 90% of all supply of ETH is in self-custody. So holders of crypto have been increasingly moving forward with self-custody since September 2022. Gee whiz, what a surprise. When the FTS exchange collapsed in November, the trend accelerated, leading to a massive drop in ETH supplies on exchanges. This reduces immediate sell pressure as capital moves to the sidelines, and future sell-offs are expected to be limited. So, yeah, I mean, we're not really seeing much of a sell-off, and I don't know if we really have reason to believe that there will be one. I guess I could get why major players and major investors that are kind of, not really crypto people to begin with, that suddenly want to have an ETH allocation coming up, which will happen in this bull run. I mean, as much as we all love Ethereum and so many things happen on Ethereum, there is going to be a day where it is, Bitcoin light. And all I mean by that is in terms of the gains slowing down. I mean, we're already heading on to the third cycle of Ethereum. It is going to become one of those blue chips. Many people out there right now already are accepting it as a like, well, the only legitimate things in crypto are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like there's already
Right.
people saying that. So yeah, get ready for the ETH gains to slow down. But what else do you make of this upgrade EWOC? And I think I know the answer to this, but I mean, what interest would you have in actually staking ETH or anything like that? Or what do you see for the future of ETH and how it might react in this bull market?
So if I did it myself, I would have to have 32 Ethereum, which I don't have, and I would
Right.
never allocate that much in Ethereum. The good news, as far as I'm concerned, is Pulse Chain can now fork that into their code. That
I
was
was
one
thinking the
of the
same thing today.
that
Yeah.
was one of the things that Richard had said. We don't know when Shanghai will happen. I don't know if it was how long ago that they scheduled to do it today.
Hmm.
But if it would be successful, how it would work, he said. But once it is launched, we will definitely include it. That was one of the things with staking the validators for Pulse Chain, was that there was an unclear amount of time that if it did launch, prior to now, that they wouldn't have known when you would be able to withdraw. So, it's a good thing they can get it in the code before it even launches. Another great update. We've got the Uniswap v3 version. So there's a lot of updates that are actually happening, which is another reason for the version 4 release. So, but let's not get there yet.
We're
Back
gonna
to
get
the
there.
Ethereum
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't allocate that much. I just wouldn't do it. There's not for between 4 and 6%. It's just not worth it. So, and
Absolutely not.
there
No.
goes my camera again too. So we both having some
Yeah.
camera
Couple
issues
of
this evening.
couple of camera issues, but
Yeah.
we'll muddle our way through it. But yeah, to follow up on your point, so in case anybody was alarmed or didn't know what EWOC meant by that 32 ETH thing right there, so basically, and I'll just take this off CoinDesk too, since it's better said than what I would say. As cryptocurrency continues to evolve, investors are constantly seeking new ways to accumulate more Ether. Obviously, currently yields on liquid staking provider Lido sit at 5.4 APR. There is also the option, as Ewok alluded to become a solo validator on the ETH network, which requires users to invest 32 ETH. So kind of a lot there that you'd have to be a validator. Others choose boutique systems such as an investing ETH denominated quantitative hedge funds, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to worry about that.
Again, but
Yeah,
before
go
you
ahead.
go any further, don't forget that involves you giving your coins to somebody else and hoping that they pay you. So keep in mind it's not recommended. Just like any lending platform that you're putting your keys into, don't do it. Pennies in front of freight trains. We kind of talked about that earlier.
hexpassiveincome.com. My friend Crypto Coffee has created what I think is probably the best course for a new cryptocurrency investor. Not only that, but these courses usually charge an arm and a leg. Crypto Coffee is only charging $200. I think right now he actually has a discount for $150. I have a link below in the description. If you are new to crypto, do not understand Hex and how it works, click the link below. It's a quick, easy course. He only gives you the basics. I personally, myself, have thought about creating an intro to crypto course in the past. I don't think there's any reason to do so because Matt, Crypto Coffee, has already taken care of that. And I don't think anything needs to be added by anybody else. So check it out. The link is in the description and sign up to Hex Passive Income today.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's not something that I don't think anybody should be staking their Ethereum anywhere they can do it. Now, Lido is actually like a DeFi platform. So I do understand that. But still, even that, I mean, if it's going to give me inflexibility with even the Ethereum is still a very highly appreciating asset. I still don't really want to have it locked if I can avoid it. Now, if it's liquid staking like that, then that's pretty much okay as long as it's DeFi. But other than that, you also want to have some flexibility. And to me, 5% isn't really that worth it. Is it for you? You'll have to make that call for yourself. But as Ewok can attest, we have many DeFi opportunities out there where you can earn yield easily in upwards of 15% up to nearly 40% with a particular token we'll be talking about here shortly. But yeah, there's a lot out there. We're not even just talking about Hex. I mean, you can find this on a lot of DeFi tokens. I mean, even something that is, as old school and people might think it's boring and stuff, and I can't disagree, but Polkadot, you get their Fearless wallet and you just stake it for 16 to 18%, just DeFi, So there's many ways to do that with tokens that are legitimate, have a purpose, have people behind them, that are going to appreciate, in my opinion, better than Ethereum will. So
exactly.